Imagine a football team in the midst of a crucial season, suddenly making bold decisions that shake up their lineup, decisions that could either spark a comeback or deepen the challenges ahead. That's exactly what's unfolding with the Arizona Cardinals after their bye week, and it's got fans buzzing. But here's where it gets controversial. By letting go of two veterans, are they prioritizing the future over the present, or risking a mid-season slump? Let's dive in and unpack the details, breaking it down step by step so even newcomers to the NFL can follow along. On Monday, October 27th, the Arizona Cardinals, a team you can learn more about at USA Today's Sports Data Hub, announced the release of running back Michael Carter and defensive back Darren Hall. These weren't just any cuts. These were experienced players, and their departures created two open slots on the team's 53-man roster, bringing the active player count down to 51. For those new to football jargon, the roster is like a team's official squad of players who can suit up for games. Think of it as the core group that gets the job done on game day. Carter's story is particularly intriguing, and might be the point most people miss when discussing roster moves. He stepped into the starting running back role earlier this month when Trey Benson, the team's promising young talent, was sidelined with a knee injury and placed on injured reserve, IR, a special NFL designation where players recover from serious setbacks and can't play for a set period. Carter had his chance in 3 games with more responsibilities, but he averaged just 2.8 yards per carry, which isn't the kind of performance that turns heads in a league where explosiveness is key. To put that in perspective, imagine a runner who's supposed to break tackles and gain ground, but ends up moving at a snail's pace compared to expectations. Things got even more complicated when another key player, receiver Emari Demercado, suffered an ankle injury in Week 6. The Cardinals shuffled Carter into Demercado's pass-catching duties, while Bam Knight took the lead in short yardage situations early in plays. Knight really shone in his opportunities, racking up an impressive 3.6 yards per carry in his last 2 games, a stat that highlights how he outclassed Carter in similar roles. With the extra rest from the Week 8 bye, Demercado might now be primed to return, potentially teaming up with Knight in what some call a muddled backfield. And here's where it gets controversial. Was releasing Carter the right call, or should the team have given him more time to adjust? It's a decision that could polarize fans. Some might see it as tough love, others as premature panic. Don't forget about the Cardinals' other running back options. Veteran D'Ernest Johnson, who was temporarily promoted from the practice squad for a game, that's called a game day elevation, a quick way to adapt without a full roster change, could be elevated again for their Week 9 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, or even signed to the active roster permanently. As for Benson, he's expected back from his IR stint no earlier than Week 10, since the rules require him to sit out at least 4 games after his initial knee injury, which was projected to sideline him for 4 to 6 weeks. Those 2 open spots on the roster aren't just about the running backs, though. This might signal bigger returns on the horizon. Take Walter Nolen, their prized first-round defensive tackle, who started practicing with the team on October 15th as part of his 3-week window, a mandatory period for IR players to ease back into action. By November 5th, he must be officially added to the active roster, so the team has some flexibility here to make it happen soon. Then there's cornerback Garrett Williams, who's been rehabbing on the sidelines during practices after a knee injury from Week 2. He's eligible to come back from IR, but the Cardinals haven't opened his practice window yet, a subtle move that suggests they might be cautious about his readiness. And this is the part most people miss. The team's approach to these windows could reveal their strategy on injury management. Is it smart pacing to avoid rushing players back, or is it a sign of deeper issues with their bench depth? The list of other Cardinals players ready to potentially return from IR, or the physically unable to perform list, Another NFL designation for those dealing with non-contact injuries includes defensive tackles L.J. Collier and Justin Jones, edge rusher B.J. Ojulari, and offensive tackles Hayden Connor and Christian Jones. These names represent potential reinforcements across the defense and offense, which could strengthen the team if integrated well. In the world of NFL roster maneuvers, these moves by the Arizona Cardinals highlight the delicate balance of rebuilding on the fly, prioritizing recovery and performance over loyalty. But here's the controversial twist. Some fans argue this is a savvy way to adapt mid-season, while critics might say it's a risky gamble that exposes vulnerabilities. What do you think? Was releasing Carter a bold step forward or a misstep? And how do you feel about the potential return shaping the team's future? Share your opinions in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have your own take on how this plays out for the Cardinals.